Oh, you were waiting for me.
Yes. In a manner of speaking.
Finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company.
Of course.
Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
I wonder what his reaction will be.
Elpis flowers?
What are you doing on
Go
Twintania?
on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I guess as much. Special
I see
fates
Meteon
usually
has
are
shared
there.
much with you.
Yeah.
May we talk a moment?
Green eyes. I wish we had turned it... golden. That's better. Hedgehog.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place.
But...
And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain.
Kitty.
They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration?
Speaking of
I
screams...
wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep.
You are not.
I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis. Or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Suffering probably caused by you. I could tell you all about suffering. Let's have no more brooding, eh?
Indeed. Difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you.
Yes, please.
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day?
Hope.
To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
Sisters?
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it.
I don't like the sound of that.
But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right.
Oh? She heard something, saw or felt something. I just made the mistake of Googling her name, which I shouldn't have done, but it's fine. I only saw 2 words or something. A slight spoiler, I suppose. Because I did the same with Elpis and Argos, and those names actually exist in Greek mythology. The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Laverne. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him. Why today specifically? Verdict and execution. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Silk and Hephilodeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Iocaones. 7 were created for observation. And all 7 must be unmade. Doris has followed the correct protocols, and, as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Legiones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released onto the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here on Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of Architecture to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Vludeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Legiones have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. Doris, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them, 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Laverne handled that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to him in Silk, unneeded though it is. Yay, welcome back. Mateon, you are to stay here with Doros. But Hermes, the Legiones must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. Fair point. This is my burden, not yours. But if you're intent on helping, then please follow my lead. Never mind my wounds, they are easily healed. It is the Legiones which concern me. Stay with Hermes Laverne, he will need someone when the time comes. Hello there. You're a big boy, aren't you? I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You approach slowly in full view and draw the Lacon's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Yeah, sure, I'm fine. That is underwhelming. Like, come on, seriously? That is our fight here?
Now. Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire.
Aww. How sad we look.
Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction?
Someone is not happy.
I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend. I pray you find that which you seek.
Yeah. I mean...
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Know what answer he's searching for, or if it is within our power to give it. But I believe he would make a fine Daniel, and that, if he rejects us out of hand, we will all be lesser for it. Travelers at the Crossroads. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed his decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, and then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Laverne? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnorisis. Okay. Can we go to this area, please? Yeah, I'm looking forward to leveling everything. Like, that's, as soon as I'm done with the story, that's basically the next thing I'm gonna do. Get every class or every job to level 81. So that I can level them and the trust at the same time, basically. Didn't we part ways with Hermes not far from here? Given the size of Elpis, I expect our paths will cross again before long. I am fishing. Have fun fishing. From here, we follow the path northwards to Notoniers. There we will find one of the teleporters which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Yes, please. Unless the need is pressing, I want to be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. This poor manners to spy on someone's comings and goings in such a fashion. So, don't ask. I wasn't going to? Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving Eva requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on the corporeal world. Okay. Sure. Here we are, Notonius. This teleporter will take us to Calimalius Sephiros, the western island. That is right there, looming large over there. Us. Step this way, and we can soon admire the view from above. Okay. Yoink.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros.
Thank you.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by...
A Spriggan.
Well, well. An Arraius. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
Okay.
At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Oh. Hello, Vinod. Ooh, nice sword you got there.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Hi.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
Emetselk doesn't seem too pleased.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work.
Oh?
Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Excuse me, what the what? 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 I love the the face of my character is perfect. What? What? That's a what? 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 Things I did not expect. How? Oh my god. I'm just gonna stay here for a moment and try to reconcile with the entirety of this game because of one sentence. Oh, God. Vanar was Azim. The previous Azim. Okay. Sure. Any other bombshells you want to throw at me?
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emetselk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Oh my god.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
Very familiar to you.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
How does she know?
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you.
Oh.
Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
Makes sense.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh. This game. I don't think they would have any idea what a primal is at this point. I don't think... Well, A, they wouldn't call them primals. Traveler's Ward of the Corruption of Ether. Oh, what the f- Stop laughing. Oh, God. Not, like, neither of those are concepts, haha, that the other three would understand. Like, they wouldn't have no idea what a primal is at this point. Probably. And the Blessing of Light? Oh my god. I'm gonna go with the Blessing of Light, I guess.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Yes.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
So now I have another question. I don't want to know any answer to this either. Wow. Emmetzak said that she was one of those who did not move on and died after laying down their mantle. Is the entirety of her counter-convocation like this? And are they all just counters to the actual convocation? Huh, interesting. Like, if she is Azim, and her followers... Like, her followers could also be prior convocation members. Maybe not all Azim, of course. And is that why she's wearing a white robe instead of a black one, like the convocation members? I guess we'll see.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
No.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Sure. I think I have to sit down after this either way. Or anyway.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Wow. Pat yourself on the shoulder, will you? Oh my god. What is this game's story? Jesus fucking Christ. And there I thought you were a harmless, stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, the nebulous talk of future this and changing history that can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here. Oh no, I don't want to get off that ride. Not at all. The future, our future. I'm definitely curious to hear more. Can you, like, not, though? My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal. The quick-fingered Aureas which made off with it. Aureas, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureas. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting around the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. This game. This? Oh, hello there. Of course you are here. Can I get up here? Okay, nice. Hmm. Huh. Concept crystal. The Azims, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight, personally, but they have a habit of making Emetzelg look as if he bit down on a sour grape. Really? Really? The problem the problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Azim into the equation. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper when she herself wields the hammer and the chisel. Wow. Oh my. Our last searchers return. I am afraid the Aureas no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I didn't suppose you fared any better? We did, actually. A scintillating crystal upon which is stored some manner of esoteric concept. The crystal, well done. Everyone bullies Emmett, it's great. It is! I also find it interesting that what we are giving Vanna is a blue shining crystal. Wonderful, now I can focus on your tale without the missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often, then? It seems we have something in common. Oh, you have no idea. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azim, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree?